Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pro Lord the Prophet.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's your boy, me, yours truly, and I'm not alone every single time. I'm with my beautiful sister, Nundumis. How you doing?
I'm fresh, King
For sure.
Yanda.
For sure. Now I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So,
For sure.
oh man, this is like a very exciting episode because we're talking about like the plans that we have, like the plans that we have, and the plans obviously that we're gonna give to you guys, any one of you guys that are just trying to be at a better place financially, but also plans for us as a channel, right? And where we want to be and what we want to do and what we're trying to change here and there. So it's like we had season one where we dipped our toes in like the water and like saw how things were, and now it's season two and we have a very exciting lineup for you guys and plans that we have for the channel and obviously for ourselves and you guys. And so I think I want to go first and talk about how can we this year put ourselves in a better financial position, because I think it would be crazy for me to then say take your last 100 rands and invest it. That's a little crazy. You know, it's a little crazy for me to tell you the only 200 bucks you have left in your bank account that you can use stuff with and buy food to invest that.
Facts.
You know, it's kind of unreal. And there's a couple of things I remember. You know, very early in the year I was doing, which I think is the first step for us to like then think about like what are we planning for the year? What do you want to do differently this year to make sure that we have by the end of the year more money? We have a higher net worth than it was back in Jan. So in January, I did like a online course, right? It's an online course about finance, and the most important thing is diagnosing yourself, right? You know, they say admitting is the first step, and so like, what is the problem? Where's the problem? Where, if we think of money as water, if we think of money as a well, if this well has holes, if this bucket of water has holes, where are the holes and where can we then start to like patches on those holes and make sure that the water doesn't leave, right? And I think that's the diagnosis. What do you spend your money on? Is it clothes? Because we all have a soft spot for something, right? For me personally, it's haircuts. I will spend a whole lot of money on a good haircut, right?
Sure.
For some people, it's clothes. For some people, they will spend a whole lot of money on airtime. For some people, it's subscriptions, right? So then the thing becomes like, where can we have control? Where can we close the patches to make sure that we have wiggle room to then do things that get more money in? Because you know how the saying goes, man, it takes money to make money.
Sure.
Right? So if we have this water money, right, how do we then close those holes? And I believe even for me, something that I did personally back in November, I unsubscribed to Apple Music. For a student account, it's like 30 bucks, right?
Sure.
30 bucks is not that big. But for me, it was important to then practice what I preach, right? It's like, bro, let's think about this, man. Take 30 bucks, you can use it for something else. It could add up to make something that could be useful. So it's closing those holes. Unsubscribing to Netflix. If you're about it, you could download and get accounts from someone else. Yeah, I'm saying log in from someone else.
Sure, Doug.
Hope I don't get in trouble, right? It's unsubscribing from things like Spotify and all the subscriptions that we have. And if it's food, how can we cut that down? If we're having like in a month, if we're eating out 5 times, man, how can we get that to 2? You know, how do we make those changes? Because look, man, to experience a difference, you have to do something different. You have to do something to get what you never have. You need to do something you've never done. So how do we then close these things and make sure that and then we have wiggle room? So after closing those holes, if you are a big spender, after closing those holes and diagnosing yourself how you are and closing those holes, now it's like, with the 30 bucks that I now have kept for myself instead of giving it to Apple Music, how do I take that 30 bucks
Make more.
and double that?
Sure.
And what's the quickest way for me to do it? Right? And this is where I don't want to go into a lot of rabbit holes because I can, but I know a friend of mine, literally, as low as it might seem, he sells sweets and chips. Right? That's what he does on campus at night. Goes around to students that are studying in the AMs and giving them sweets, right? And it seems weird, and we could look at it as, yeah, better than Dayanzai, or I mean, if it's get right, I'm not gonna scoop that low.
Sure.
He's actually making money, right? Those students are out here, we're out here buying energy drinks at night to study for those tests because you only do it when you're under pressure, right? So he's out there, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna just
Capitalizing.
capitalize that. How can I become that? And like, so we're diagnosing ourselves, we're closing the holes, and we're doubling the 20 rand, we're doubling the $10, we're doubling the $100, the $200, right? And looking for ways to actually do it. So whether it's selling suits, whether it's selling a product or service. Look, there's another guy that I also know. I just forgot his name, but I'll clip it. I'll put a picture of him. Dude made six figures, right?
Sure.
100,000 plus off iacha, selling iacha online. And we only see the examples of selling sweets emgaqweni or the taxi rank. We only see the examples of selling acha emgaqweni labo mama who are on the sidewalks. But you can do it as a student and capitalize on this thing we have, because what the internet has done and what we're capitalizing here right now is the fact that the world is linear. If it's linear, we can find out about an earthquake happening in Turkey 10 minutes after it happened. If the world is linear, we can find out that Arsenal won just yesterday 3-2, right? So like, the world is linear now. We can now take the fact that, okay, now the world is linear. That means I can sell it out to my neighbor, but it doesn't just stop me to the people walking on the sidewalk.
Facts.
I can actually reach people in Doorfontein. I can reach people in Randburg. I can reach people in Mid-Rand, right? So that's what it does. And it's like, now it's like, okay, cool. Now that I've done these two things, now how can I do it? And how can I double that? Should I invest in the skill? Should I buy more books? Because that's what I think should be the constant quest for myself even. Doing the course that I did was trying to make myself a little bit more valuable and a little more informed to have these conversations.
Sure.
Me reading the book that I'm reading right now is try to say, okay, in a room, I actually want to be one of the most skillful people. I actually want to be one of the most intelligent people. And that's what it takes. And if I would give my 2 cents, and it's like, I think personally from what I've seen, it's better to sell at the stage that both of us are in, because we're brokies. At the stage both me and you are in right now is to, I think selling a product is a little better. Because why? Let's just say maybe you open a business and you clean sneakers for students, and people do that, by the way. And Rez, they clean sneakers for students, right? Let's just say you do. The thing about that is, in a day, you can only have a maximum of, I'm just gonna be nice and say, you're gonna have 10 customers, right? Here's the deal with people who sell products, and how you can capitalize if maybe you wanna do acha, right? If I see acha, dog, which I, by the way, don't eat because the experience I had with it was not good. But like, let's say you see acha online, when you are studying at 3 a.m., reading a book at 2 a.m., people are still buying from you. They can still buy at 3 a.m. They can still buy at 12 o'clock afternoon. They can still buy in the evening. And that's what make people that sell a product have a higher urge. My sister does hair, right? But she will work, right? But you'll find that it's not likely that she will have 5 customers a day. In fact, usually and predominantly and most of the time, it's just a single person. Whilst that is good and great and awesome with the market that she's in, I do think that for us guys that are at like 0, how do we then go, look, man, I'm cutting my chip scene and go to a higher product and go to a bigger product and go to a bigger product. So really think about like, okay, this is a service that I'm trying to do the service. If it's a product, do the service that you're trying to do and do the product. And the world allows you, the TikToks allows you, the Instagrams allows you to then keep working even when really you're not working, right? Remember, diagnosis, closing the holes, doubling the money. That, guys, I think will now put us in a position where I don't have $30 anymore.
Sure.
But because I clean sneakers for students in my residence, in my accommodation, now I'm sitting at a good $300 and I'm just being nice.
Yeah.
Now I can take that $100 and sell something else, or I can take that $100 and buy a course, an ebook, or that's a real and buy Square, or invest in Cartrack. I'm saying, so like that, where I feel should be the plans and where our minds should be going, because we're growing up, guys. Responsibility, especially for us as dudes, man. We're growing up. There's a whole lot of responsibilities, and there's no girl that's gonna pull up on you if you're not fixing that part. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. That's what I've jotted down. Woodsy, let's take our heads for this year and think about, so it's okay. Wasn't there so ice cream? So that I can double the money, for me to be able to take the money and have wiggle room, and then start to put in something that will make money for me. So think about water. Because now you've closed the holes, you can now take the water and plant an orange tree and plant an apple tree. As a pair, but still, I'm apple cool. You can take the apple and sell and get more water. You can take the orange and sell the orange for more water and get more water. And that way, we have a farm, man. I know it seems a little too practical, but in a simplest way, that's what everybody that has gone there has done. Made themselves valuable by learning skills. Made themselves valuable by selling a product or service. And then it just quadrupled and grew. And that's where I think the planning for us could be. And I think you might have anything to add, or like now you're trying to go into the
I think the fact that you gave people a very practical way of doing things, man, because when I'm looking at myself, I understand Guti, as young people particularly, we have different experiences. There are people that literally have they just starting from ground zero, right?
Sure.
So that's a very practical way to actually go about, because I feel like we also have to be very realistic about where we are, right? So if you're starting at zero, you need practicality. You need an actual plan. So it doesn't help you saying, I need R1 million by you actually need a practical plan, and that what you've given the people is literally a practical plan.
Sure.
So for me, I'll just take the other approach. Would say, okay, there are also people that are not starting from zero, right?
Sure.
I'll take myself for instance. I'm not starting at zero, but to be honest, I need a mindset change for the year, right? It's okay, you're so fresh, but I need to change my mind, because the version of myself that I'm trying to evolve from can clearly make money, right? But I don't. That's why I've kind of took a very good approach in terms of investing first. I invest first before I do anything else. I invest first because I know myself, right? Imali zonyamalala, and I spend a lot on food, right? So imali zonyamalala. So for me, for the year, my plans are literally to change my mind. Again, going back to the fact that I need to just decrease where I spend my money in terms of, like I said, I spend a lot of money on food. So it's me decreasing that and understanding okay, sure, I don't have a problem when it comes to literally how to make money or how to multiply it. I just need to kind of hone in the fact that okay, sure, how do we keep it though? How do we keep it? Because as much as investing is good, but I also still need to be able to be balanced, right? I need to, for me, it's mindset. And I feel like a lot of people that are in a position where you're young and you are making a couple of dollars here, okay, rands here and there. But the thing is mindset, guys. It's mindset. I have friends, I think for me, it also kind of challenged me to move away from the people that I knew, right? It took me understanding what's okay, sure, maybe I need to change my mind. And also I started spotting different places where I could literally, which can help me achieve that goal of keeping money, right?
Now please help me.
Sure.
For me to be able to change my mind to be in a better financial position, what have you in your experience seen what's okay? How can I change my mind? Because bruh, look, man, food is nice.
Sure.
I know I don't want to have a whole lot of money, but if I see that, no, man, something got to change for me to actually do something, because it has to cost for me to be in a better position. And it costs for me to change my mind, right? As you're saying.
That's a fact.
How can I then what are some things you did so that I could like change my mind and my mindset so it's okay, let me do this.
Okay, for me, I'll try to stick to. Okay, let me just start with the first one. Like I said, I spend way too much money on food. To be honest with you, I spend way too much food. I want money on food. So what I then did was, okay, I changed my eating habits, right? Because me spending a lot of money on food has been by result of the fact that I like eating out. So I cook a lot now. I cook a lot now, and I even changed what I eat. So I think I've told you since last year, which I'm eating healthy now. I am very careful about what I eat. So that alone, me eating healthy, has just changed my budget for food in a very massive way, right? I watch what I eat. I no longer I no longer go out to go eat, right? Secondly, has been changing the people that I've been around. Even though I think this is very important, because as people we try to kind of, especially if we've developed a tight friendship, even though we know which maybe it's expired or it's not a fruitful friendship. So it has that for me was one of the things that also did help. Which, okay, sure, maybe I don't need to hang around you guys. If the only thing we're doing is we hanging out. So that it took me being reflecting and saying, yes, in my face, nah, fam, this friendship is not even a thing. Yeah, so I moved away from those type of people. So it was changing my diet, changing my friends, and also having an actual budgeting plan. Because as much as we hear people which you need to budget, I never understood the importance of actually having a budget plan. Which, okay, yeah, elinye ishumi ngilithatha ngilibeka kanje, because for me it's always
R1 in Zulu. It's doing too much.
So I kind of had a proper plan, because I feel like as people we literally, especially when we're working on the mind, we do wishful thinking, which we need more practical ways to actually, even though it is a mindset thing, it also still needs to be practical. It still needs to be a thing where okay, sure, okay, I'm trying to budget. That's the mindset, right? We're gonna budget. But then, okay, Marlene, how much money are you actually gonna put aside? How much money are you investing? How much money are you gonna spend on leisure? How much money are you gonna spend on this and this and that? It's practical now. So I'm seeing a lot of that from my perspective.
Awesome. And like, I just want to add like one more. You spoke about like changing the thing that's taking a whole lot of money, changing that and decreasing that. Mindset change.
Sure.
Moving away from the crowd that she was around.
Even things, bro.
I'm saying like crowd and things, word. And then that was
having an actual plan.
Having an actual plan and actually sticking to the plan. And I think for me, one of the most important ones and what I've learned in like Christianity as a Christian is the fact that it's not just like if you're struggling with something, maybe let's just say you lie a lot, right?
Sure.
It's not just about you stopping to lie. So you've emptied the lies. Now that it's empty, what are you gonna put in here?
Facts.
Right. So now that okay, but manje okay, angisahlali imfethu nomtho. Yeah, umtho ngiyambona much isikhathi sami, like it's really wasting my time. And uThabiso, ngoba ngisahlala nomtho noThabiso. Now with that time, what am I putting in?
Facts.
And you make yourself so like, dude, you know how many courses are online? I know we don't like studying, nigga. I don't too. But like, you know how valuable you make yourself? These things online are available. They are there. Like, they're self-paced. You can do one in a year, bro. Don't do that. You could do one in 2 weeks. You could do it in a day. Like, it's self-paced and it's there. It's free, dog. We have this information, so it's not just about pulling away from certain things. It's also about filling in. I think right now, if you have anything in your head, of course you can, but like,
but also, I want people to also, because at the end of the day, this channel, as much as it's by us, but it's for you, right?
Absolutely.
What do people think? Like, what are you struggling with, though? You know, put it. Comment after okay, sure. Zip when you get kanjani? What are you struggling? Because for me, this is me being honest. I can make money, but I blow money. I blow money like it's nobody's business. Even I've done okay for the past 3 months, but what are you struggling with? Because I feel like at the end of the day, as much as this is us, but we also need to kind of interact because it feels so much better as a person when you understand because a lot of the times I beat myself up a lot, right? I'm very tough on myself. I think anybody that knows me knows I'm very tough on myself. So if I say issue 1 rand, I'm not gonna spend 1 rand, right? If I spend that 1 rand, it's always like, bro, I suck, dog. I suck. I don't know. I'll never amount to anything. But the minute you start seeing it's okay, no, it's I will. So I feel like it's very important to kind of share that information. It's okay when I actually is
Sure. Is it credit cards? Is it like what is it like? Because we all have these different struggles. So now Proverbs of Prophet.
Sure. Yeah. Proverbs of Prophet, guys.
Again,
2023 plans for Proverbs of Prophet. I think it's not a secret. You guys know we've been missing for a minute. We back. We back. Yeah, we've been. It's not that we've been sitting, guys. I think it's very important to kind of put it out there. At the end of the day, we are people that are experiencing life. We're young kids experiencing life in a different pace, right? He's in school. I have to work. Okay, now I'm done working, but there's so many things that I'm kind of committed to. So even though this now for me is a priority for both of us, in fact, it's a priority now. But we needed to kind of push things aside for this to be able to be a priority, right?
So just like you know. For anybody there that wants to start a podcast or a YouTube thingy or be a content creator, don't take it lightly,
bro.
It's a whole lot of challenges,
bro.
It's a whole lot of money spent, and if you're starting from zero,
bro,
be prepared for that. But if you believe in it, you will continue.
Yeah, it's a fact because
continue.
That's a fact,
right? But be open to the fact that it's not that easy. Right. But yeah.
I think we took that for granted too because what we said was like commit first, figure out the rest later. Right. We committed, and the rest was like hello. So it took us going through the things that we had to go through, but now we're here, we're more established, we understand where we even want to take this, right? This is why we kind of took a bit of a break so that we can come with something that's a bit more solid and let it be something that is consistent. I think the one plan for us is literally consistency.
Right.
And this was triggered by an event that I went to, right? Yeah. Where I saw people speaking about conversations where that it made me understand what it's about to get choppy.
What's choppy?
In a sense, you're good. If we think things are bad now,
they're gonna be worse.
They're gonna be worse, bro. Because I was very lucky to be invited into a certain situation, which I don't want to speak about necessarily, but I saw people that have big businesses thinking about how they're gonna replace humans, bro. Well, I think we all if for some you know this AI situation, right? So
artificial intelligence, like machines working and replacing people type thing.
Yeah. If you think that's a joke, it's not. I only thought it was okay. Sure, we seen it in America, yeah. Bro, Lalela, South African business people are thinking about ways how to replace accountants, bro. Yeah, I get it, bro. You have your degree, you have your what, but still, this is why we so fit to let it be a consistent thing, not a once a month type of situations where we were like, no, man, information actually needs to be out there because of the fact that it's about to get choppy and we need each other so much more right now.
Yeah.
Because so it's about us sharing information. It's okay. In fact, so this is why for us it was a thing you're good to know, man. We actually need to be consistent, right? So it's
most important one.
Yeah, that's the one plan that I feel like is super important, is us being consistent at what we do. A lot of that also came with the fact that we did have content out, guys. Again, we didn't want to put out content that was mediocre, right? We did have content out, but it also came back to the fact that it's okay, sure. What do we have? What is this for? What is this for? That's the first point. And then secondly, it was the fact that even though we might have our own perspective on how we want to approach Proverbs of Prophet now, but we want also prophetess to be the ones that also direct us, because as what you're struggling with, ne? Maybe you might have a topic that you want us to tackle, ne? Comment down below. What would you
tell me about this?
Yeah, or have you guys heard about this? Can we speak about 1 or 2 or 3? If we know it, we'll pull through and we'll so
We'll do a whole lot of research.
Yeah, boy, we'll do a whole lot of research, because again, we understand the fact that not a lot of people are willing to go. And for me, I think for the past two days, I haven't gone anywhere. I just stayed literally where I stay. Now, but I was just doing research. I know a lot of people, it's not practical for a lot of people. So if we put it out there, it's okay, sure, this is what you guys want to hear us speak about. Do it, yeah. Well, to so figure research. If we know about it, then it's clean to figure. Do research still, and come. If we don't, we'll also be very honest. And put out what we have found out about that particular topic. So comment down below. It's okay, sure. Any that you guys would like us to speak more on, or yeah.
Yeah, basically, we just want like a little bit more engagement, man. There's always been one person, the consistent queen.
Bro.
Shout out to you, dog. You're always commenting, always got something to say.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, dog. And, you know, you're a friend of mine.
I don't know you, but shout out to you.
Shout out to you. And also, just like on the conclusion of this episode, is like, man, whatever that you want to do and whatever that you're working towards, never underestimate the days of small beginnings. Don't do that, bro. If you think it's important that you dance in front of a camera, I don't like dancing. But if you think it's important, then do it, bro. And don't despise the fact that you're gonna have 2 views and 3 views. If you believe in it, if you truly put your all to it,
do it with your heart, man.
You could achieve it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole lot of challenges, but you can achieve it, whatever. Selling whatever that you're trying to do, right? So yeah. This also is a representation to you that, man, it's okay for you to dream. It's okay for you to want to do something and have the audacity to do it, even if it's 4 people viewing your things.
Bro, give them, like, I think
those 4 people, give it to them. Give it your all. And,
bro.
And yeah.
I like that, because it kind of, it ties into us. We understand what's okay, sure. Like again, you said the consistent queen. Shout out to you, queen. You're a proper prophet, and just everywhere you go, just tell them that you're a prophet.
Yeah.
It's understanding what's okay. A lot of us are not starting at 100. We're starting at 0.
Yeah.
So again, give it, like you said, give it all you have, man. I think this for us, we're betting everything on this, because we understand the importance. We really just understand. We believe in it so much that we're going, like, we're tackling this thing head on. This is it. So yeah, shout out to you guys for actually tuning in. Again, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing. Very new to this. Like, if you knew me, you know I don't even take pictures. So this is super new to me. So like, subscribe, comment.
For sure, man.
You dig.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.
Fresh.
For sure.